When we hear climate change, basically, it refers to the long-term shifts and rise in the temperatures on the Earth's surface globally, and also a change in the weather patterns of the Earth. That's what climate change refers to.
As climate change is ravaging Uganda, threatening the very foundation of the country's economy, health, and well-being, IUIU environmental students lead the charge against the climate crisis.
Everywhere, climate change is happening. We have so many indicators that show us that really climate change is happening. For example, the thermal stratification of lakes. It could occur naturally, but it is more and more. Have you ever heard about a scenario where people think that because the government took over Lake Victoria, therefore people are poisoning fish? This is a natural phenomenon whereby because of the temperature, change of the temperatures in the water bodies, there is more and more mixing of the waters leading to the death of fish. But people will say that fish was what? Was poisoned. The other thing is flash floods. Flash floods. You find that floods happen where they had not happened in the past because of the too much rains. For example, in Imbali it has ever happened at the Nabuyonga River, where because water vapor that rises from the plants, the water bodies, is too much. When it goes up, the precipitation that comes back or the rainfall is too much. These intense floods also signify what? Climate change. There is a lot. Even the move of deserts from where they weren't to new places. For example, the movement of Kalahari Desert and Sahara from the north and central parts of Africa towards Central Africa. That is also an indicator of climate change.
Rising temperatures, devastating droughts, and destructive floods are becoming the new norm. But amidst the chaos, a beacon of hope emerges from the environmental students' awareness campaign.
Greenhouse gases basically are these gases that form what is called as the blanket in the atmosphere, and this blanket traps the heat or the radiation of the sun from going back into outer space, leading to increase in temperatures. In Uganda, we are experiencing this already. Why? Because we are using artificial fertilizers, for example, NPK or nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and this leads to gases like nitrous oxide going back. The cutting down of trees means that carbon dioxide, which would be trapped by the trees, is also goes back to what? To the atmosphere, forming the blanket. The other thing is still the burning of fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, coal in the day-to-day activities. For example, use of generators, use of cars, use of trains also leads to carbon dioxide going back into the atmosphere, forming this blanket. Other greenhouse gases include methane. The other thing that is not part of the greenhouse gases, but is because of human activities, is the use of chlorofluorocarbons, these gases that they use in refrigerators. These ones go up in the atmosphere and deplete what is called the ozone layer. The ozone layer is a natural, we can call it the natural blanket God had given us, very up into the atmosphere, but these gases we use in the refrigerators go up, deplete it, meaning that the sunshine that reaches the Earth's surface is more intense, more than what could come long time ago.
Islamic University in Uganda, IUIU, environmental students, led by their leader Musasizi Eric, are taking a bold stance against climate change. Through awareness campaigns, sustainable practices, and community engagement, these students are driving action and inspiring change.
Yes. For example, change of seasons. You would find that the rains which would get maybe from March to June, you can find that the Uganda National Meteorological Authority currently is also challenged that they can easily make wrong predictions, because these predictions are based on existing data, which data is modeled. You find that because of climate change, they may advise people to start growing in March, yet rains delay. You plant your seeds, then rains start maybe in what? In May. So all the people who planted in March may end up having losses. The other thing, you may be expecting the sunshine in July, but you reach July, the rains are still there. The things that are supposed to dry and be harvested end up being lost. The other thing is people who are neighboring water bodies like rivers, for example, River Nyamwamba of Kasese. It's now like a must. Every year they have to experience floods because of the too much rains which were not there before. These are all effects of climate change, and these lead to displacement, loss of human lives, also riverbank erosion. You find and waterboard and lakes erosion. They are shores, the shores of the lakes and the riverbanks. You find that because of the too much rains resulting as a feedback mechanism, because of the too much water vapor from the too much heat that comes here, you find that those people nearing those water bodies receive too much rains, and floods occur, leading to displacement and also loss of human lives. Those are some of the things we are experiencing.
The alarming reality, Uganda's climate crisis is real, and due to the temperature increase of 1.5 degrees Celsius since 1960, drought affects 40% of Ugandans, while floods destroy homes and infrastructure.
Uganda is known as a food basket. Yes. So this is because of the change in seasons. Previously, most of the parts of Uganda, apart from those in the northern part, have 2 seasons, and those seasons would be easily anticipated, that between March maybe to June,
how it used to be.
Yes, how it used to be, we have a wet season, and also September towards the end of the year we have a wet season. So people would grow their crops and harvest very well. But currently you find that the wet season can be interrupted by too much sunshine. You find that the seasons that we used to have are changing, and because of this, some people have shifted from agriculture because it's no longer sustainable and unreliable. People have lost a lot of money, these people doing large scale production in agriculture, and because of this, and also the losses that actually happen within the agriculture sector itself.
Eric says the lead solution to this is organizing climate change awareness events, promoting sustainability, and collaborating with local communities on climate resilient projects.
The other thing is this climate change comes with a lot of vector reproduction. Vectors are these organisms, usually insects, that spread diseases. Because the too much heat favors vector reproduction, insects reproduction, you find that currently we have a lot of diseases attacking crops. And because of this, we have too much losses in the agriculture sector, leading to loss of food.
He further says it is the government and environmentalists who have the power to shape the future, and he is proud to see his fellow students taking action against climate change.
In agriculture, principally, we can go for organic farming, shifting away from the use of artificial fertilizers like NPK, because we've already seen that NPK leads to the release of nitrous oxide, which is a greenhouse gas. So going back to organic farming will very, very, very much help to mitigate some of these effects of climate change. The other thing is a shift from use of fossil fuels to clean energy, renewable energy, for example, wind energy, trapping the wind by use of turbines so that we generate electricity, use of solar power by using solar panels to trap the sun's radiation so that we generate electricity. Solar power can run radios, can run TVs, can be used for cooking, solar cookers, can do a lot of things, even can operate industries. The other thing is sustainable urban planning. There is no need for all of us to drive to work. We can use buses, we can use trains, just like developed countries are doing. The other thing, there is what they call Payoza electricity, that in densely populated areas, the radiations from our feet can be trapped underground to generate electricity. That one is called the Payoza. The other thing can be use of nuclear energy, though it is kind of risky because some of our countries lack expertise, but nuclear energy is also a very clean kind of renewable energy. these are part of the strategies we can put in place to see that we mitigate climate change effects.
He calls up all IUIU students, staff, and the broader community to join the fight against climate change through reducing on the carbon footprint, support climate-friendly policies, and to share their climate stories of change. Bagalaliwo, City Post TV.